as sadaqah, meaning zakat, right? The do right. وَفِي أَمْوَالِهِمْ حَقٌّ لِلسَّائِلِ وَالْمَحْرُومِ. Right? وَفِي أَمْوَالِهِمْ حَقٌّ لِلسَّائِلِ وَالْمَحْرُومِ. طيب. So likewise, giving the zakat to the Muslim leader, it is permissible, and if one has done it, he has indeed executed his zakat. He has fulfilled his zakat. طيب. نعم. Whomsoever has given his zakat to the ruler, he will be rewarded in regard to that. He will be rewarded and he will be held as it is sufficient, meaning to him. It is sufficient for him. He has given it to one that is due right to receive it. Now, it doesn't make no difference whether it is the imam that is a wicked imam or he is a leader that is what? That is a righteous leader. Doesn't matter whether he is a leader that is righteous or he is a leader that is wicked. Now here is also another responsibility that the imam has, the leader, the Muslim ruler has, which is the Salatul Jum'ah. And when you say here, Barakallahu fikum, the Salatul Jum'ah, it is inclusive of what? The Salatul Eidaini. It is inclusive of the Salatul Eidaini. Meaning if the leader, he is a Muslim, for him to establish the Salatul Jum'ah, right? So therefore praying the Salatul Jum'ah behind the one that is the Muslim ruler, it is to be performed in 2 rak'ah, a set of 2 rak'at. It is, walhamdulillah, sufficient. Why he say that 2 rak'ah is sufficient? That he is saying that you don't pray 2 rak'ah and then go home. And inshallah ta'ala, that is to be followed. Faddal. Whomsoever abandon, whomsoever repeat the salah khalf al-imam, whether he is righteous or evil, whomsoever repeat his salah, he is a mubtadi'ah. He is a person of innovation. Now look, a person repeating the salah, that repetition of the salah will deem him to be what? An innovator. Now sometimes a person can do an act of worship, right? And end up being what? Severe. End up being a person of innovation. So it is not, barakallahu fikum, just the action itself that is important, but rather what drives you to do this action. What drives you to do this action? So he is a mubtadi', tarikun lil athar, and he is someone that has abandoned, that has forfeited, which are the narration of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Mukhalifun, and he is someone that is in opposition of the Sunnah. Here he mentioned 2 words. Number 1, he say that he is mubtadi'. Another one, he say mukhalifun lis sunnah. He is someone that has opposed the Sunnah. I want a detail on that. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Sulaiman, you got the page? What page is it?
175.
Oh, different print. Okay, that's right here. 173. Yeah.
175. That's where you stop. You stop at 175.
Right here. Now, so he mentioned here two things, right? He mentioned one, he is a mubtadi' that has abandoned the athar, meaning the traditions of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the hadith or the akhbar. And number two, Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, he say mukhalifun lis-sunnah, and he is in opposition of the sunnah. How do we put those two together? The Jum'ah. Now I was saying the ruling of the Jum'ah is also for the Salatul Eid, meaning that's the responsibility of the Muslim ruler. I was just bringing an extra point to say that for us the Eidaini, it also falls into the same. Is this Shaykh Ubayd al-Jabiri rahimahullah, he added that in his explanation. Right? But the point here, Imam Ahmad, he mentioned that the person that he say was the word man a'adahuma, whomsoever repeat those two rak'at, right? فَهُوَ, he is mubtadi'un, he is a innovator, tarikun lil athar. He is a mubtadi' that has abandoned the hadith, the narrations of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Mukhalifun lis-sunnati, and he is in opposition of the sunnah. I'm asking, how do we put those two together? How do we put those two together? No, actually, these two words, mubtadi' and mukhalif lis-sunnah. Hassan?
Following the Imam is a sunnah.
Okay, how about mukhalifun lis-sunnah? Abu Zura? Those two words. Not necessarily. If that was the case, that the Shaykh will not put it like that. I'm gonna give you an example, and you tell me if the person is an innovator, right? From what you say. Let's say if I come to the salah, I do this, right? I'm about to pray 2 rakah, and I raise my hands, I'm making dua, right? Allahu Akbar. And you only see me do it one time. What would you say that? What would you call that? Are you going to say this person is a mubtadi'? La, okay, so we recant from your statement. So what would we say that? No, in this situation. In this situation. Huh? Khalif as-Sunnah. He had opposed the Sunnah in this, because he has done it maybe one time, right? But if he has opposed the Sunnah, we would say that khalafta Sunnah. You have opposed the Sunnah in this. The brother been praying with you every day, 5 years, 10 years, but one day he came and he raised his hand before making the takbir. You would tell him, Akhi, qad khalafta Sunnah. You have opposed the Sunnah in this. But if you got an individual, anytime before he pray, he will do this. Anytime before he make the takbir, he will open his hand like this, right? Then you will tell him that this is an innovation. Why? Because he is persistent upon doing that. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? When he made takbir, there was no report to say that he will open his hands like this, or recite, or a person before he pray, he will be making his intention, he will utter his intention. He will say it audible. He will say it any way people can hear, or himself he can hear. He will say it with his tongue. If he do that all the time, then that is an innovation. But if, let's say, the person he once one time, Right? Maybe something was in his mind and he just raised his hand before the salah and he start, making his intention. You will tell him, akhi, this is mukhalafa lis-sunnah. This is in opposition of the sunnah. But if it is an individual, every single salah he pray, before he establish the takbiratul ihram, he will open his hands, right, like the dua, and do this. Now that action will be innovation. Why? Because he is persistent upon that. Anytime that a person add to something in the salah, whether it is before or after, and he is continuously doing it, now this will fall into an innovation. Now after the salah, what Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala asks us is, when we finish the salah, we remember Him, whether sitting, whether ala al-janb, whether we are laying on our side. Right? So, alhamdulillah, and then the best place for the dua, it is dubur salah. And dubur salah, Shaykh Salih Muhammad ibn Salih Uthaymin mentioned, the dubur salah is after one finish the tashahhud before the taslim. After one finish the tashahhud before saying assalamu alaikum. In that position, this is the best place to make the dua. Not to open your hands like this. Because it was not from the sunnah of the messenger that he opened his hands like this after the salah and supplicated.
Just to make it clear, between the sunnah and the Prophet salah, as far as raising hands.
No, even some of the scholars say no difference. في
الصلاة.
ايش؟
المعنى العام صح؟
نعم في الصلاة. So some of them say no, even fard or the other one. Because there is no nusus in that. Because really, what's technically the difference between a fard salah and the nafila salah? As far as the kayfiyah. Right? نعم. أحسن الله عليك. You understand the point, Abu Zura? That how it is now, the two words, that it is mubtadi and mukhalaf lu-sunnah, right? It's important to understand this, right? And as alhamdulillah, we have studied this when we were reading the book of Shaykh Muhammad ibn Ibrahim al-Shaykh in his explanation of Arba'in al-Nawawi, right? Where he talked about these three things in regard to innovation. He talks about that which is bid'ah, mukhalaf al-sunnah, in what barakallah is called the masalihul mursala. The masalihul mursala. Right? Masalihul mursala. These three things. And it is important that we all be able to categorize it. Alhamdulillah. Naam Abdullah. مبتدع مخالف للسنة. Right. No, we can say not every mukhalif is mubtadi'. Not the other way around. Of course, every mubtadi' is mukhalif, without a doubt. But not every mukhalif is a mubtadi'. And that's what the brother wanted to shed lights for us. You understand? Every mukhalif, every mubtadi' is mukhalif. But not every mukhalif is mubtadi'. Right? حياك الله. أخي فضل. من دفعها. No, we passed that.
ليس له من فضل الجمعة شيء.
So whoever went home and repeated the 2 rak'at, right? Then he doesn't have from the virtue of Salatul Jum'ah in anything. Yes. Man a'ada repeat. No. A'ada is repeat. A'id. Let's say when we start a'id. A'id al-jumla. تكرر. Right? A'id. A'adaha. A'adahuma.